Love you, Linda. Love you.
The courthouse the other day in the hallway, you're singing "Oh Happy Day."
One word prayer. Justice, where are you?
And Justice Serve TV is on the air. Half of us live in Dedham, Massachusetts.
Well,
Michael
half
Bryant
of
here.
us are alive.
At
in,
least
New
you're
York
whole
City.
live.
I'm not dead.
You're all live
You're in
in New York City.
Dedham. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Hi, I'm Linda Kenny
Yay.
Bryant here. We're just kidding. You know, Michael
What a
and I had
crazy
this.
day.
What a day. We were on the air from 1 o'clock. I was ranting. I was crazy. I thought maybe I could possibly, if I ever go back to Massachusetts to get a pro vice, they're probably going to play that to say, oh, not her.
Yeah.
We're not letting her back here.
I
Yeah,
don't
she
think
may
so.
have won Hernandez, but you're not come back. Ain't come back after you badmouth the judge and the system and everything. But I was doing it as a journalist because here you and I are journalists. We're not lawyers.
Of course. And,
Right.
you know, as I told Bradle, I couldn't practice here because I'd be in jail.
Oh, yes, you would.
I cannot
would,
deal
because I'd be
with
judged.
what's going on here. It's
I'd be
ridiculous.
just come off the bench, but put your white Ku Klux Klan robes on and sit next to the prosecution table. Okay.
As we used to say when there was a little issue, you're going to court, bring your toothbrush. So you may be going to jail before you get back to the office.
I told the client that once. I said, if you keep this counsel one more day, pack your toothbrush because goodbye, you won't be needing me anymore.
Yep. You got to be prepared.
Yeah.
So it's all just yucks and jokes for Judge Doolin, though. This is all everything happening.
Chuckling.
Yeah, he's got good old
and
boy. He loves the sidebars where there's a lot of yucks going on. You know, so where would you like to begin? Because we have to assume a lot of folks weren't able to, tune into the entire extravaganza.
We normally do a rip and read. So I do have a rip and read. I have one rip and read, and it happens to do with my husband.
Oh, wait a second. Let me get the proper intro for that.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, what did Dr. Michael Bodden do now?
He's in Cindy Adams' column in the New York Post. Physician and forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Bodden is reissuing his updated 2023 book, American Autopsy. Former New York chief medical examiner and chief forensic pathologist, he's consulted on the autopsies of George Floyd. Well, actually, he did a second autopsy of George Floyd. Eric Garner, he did a second autopsy there. O.J. Simpson, Martin Luther King, he was head of the congressional committees. JFK, Medgar Evers, head of the congressional committees, subcommittees, as you know, hosted HBO's autopsy for 14 years. Bodden AI will have a big input into future diagnoses by utilizing the genetic table, and that's and then it goes on and on. But he's right there in the top,
Nice.
And here we go.
Nice. She normally does a lot of gossipy stuff. That sounds more like laudatory type stuff.
Well, I guess she's lauding.
She's
lauding.
I have an autographed copy of that book. I bet you don't have that.
Yeah, actually, no, I don't have it, but I think it may be dedicated to me.
Well, all right, that tops my.
Okay, all right.
All right, I don't have any rip and reads from here, except I'd like to rip.
You know what? I don't. You know why, Dizzy? Because I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. But you can go read Cindy Adams' column in the New York Post. You can get it online. I just printed this out. My husband is my husband. He's out right now on some famous case that you'll be reading about probably tomorrow or the next day.
Can you get that free, or do they have a paywall for that?
No, New York Post is free.
Oh, good.
Not like the Daily News. That's
my kind of publication.
Well, you know why? Because they have the other thing that you have so many good articles that people want to get in and read, and then people do ads, and they don't need to charge for it behind.
Nothing bugs me more than to get a link that's been fed to you, right? And you go in there and it's paywall. Bye-bye. I don't need you. There's nothing so exciting that you say when the facts are the facts. I can find them somewhere else. Thank you so much.
Okay, so when we introduced
New York Times,
let me just tell you, I went to buy tickets today to some little show at the Wilbur. That Aidan Kearney, and we'll talk about this today, is going to be interviewed by our guest, Jimmy, Auntie Deb. He and I, we're like this because we put our makeup on together.
You really
okay,
are.
yeah. You wait till the next time. You haven't seen anything yet. Okay,
we had a blast.
We had a blast, and we could have gone on all day. And I think
oh my God,
unbelievable.
People loved it.
I know. It was something like I've never done that before. I don't know
Me
if you
neither.
have. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You ever put
And
your
Jimmy,
makeup on before together?
no,
Not like
Jimmy didn't
that.
really know what I was doing. I said, "Look, we're going to put our makeup on." You didn't really know. I said, "Just come with your makeup." And then I see that you have I brought out my board and the tarot. I had bought the tarot cards and all, and we just had like 2 hours of rip roaring, blasting fun. And of course, he was interviewing me during the time. And next time, I'm going to be interviewing him during the time. But he's doing this big interview, September 12th. So I went on to buy tickets, and right today you couldn't unless you had a code. And I'm not. I unfortunately I didn't have a code. I went to buy tickets and I had no code.
So it's for the special people now, and then the regular folks later. Is that the deal, Jimmy?
I think Friday.
Yeah, good people now and poor faces, Irish poor faces later. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even know there was a code. I got people message me like, "What's the code?" I don't friggin' know. I'm just trying to focus on putting on a good show. Are you gonna come?
Michael and I want to buy, and this is we're announcing this now. We want to buy some tickets to some of the people that have been very supportive of us and Karen Reed when we were up there, and so we want to buy tickets and give them away.
All right. Nice? I mean, that's nice of you, but I'd rather you guys
go.
Us
come.
Yeah. I would love it if you guys were there.
So tell us a little about the plan, what this evening's about.
On the 12th?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be, okay, so listen, I'm a performer. Okay. Listen, I've never met an audience I didn't like or a crowd I didn't like. Okay. But so isn't Aidan. Turtleboy, you know, he can say he's a satirist, journalist, comedian. He is a performer. I went to go see him and do the Canton Trivia Night last year, and he's up there reading the questions. And I'm telling you, the minutes people start clapping, it's like, oh, it comes right on. So I'm trying just to be like, I'm just going to let him do his thing, but it's going to be a good show. It's going to be like, I want people to leave thinking, oh my God, that was a once in a lifetime chance, once in a lifetime opportunity. I want to go see it again. It was the best night of my life.
Okay.
That's great.
So it's a little free for all. And it's fundraising as well, right? Is that part of the? Is that?
I believe it's going to his. Yeah, it's going. It's going to him for his defense. Yeah,
which he needs after today. Okay.
Yeah.
I needed PTSD treatment. Actually, I needed somebody to possibly represent me on ethics charges because at some point I was being like very lawyer-like in my journalistic commentary, but then I had just had enough.
I had it on in the car because I had my nephew with me today. And I had it on the car.
Yeah. Did you hear me say the bad word?
Oh no, he's playing. I let him play Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so
nothing wrong with that game for little kids.
No, dude, he loves it. I'm like, go kill that hooker, kill that
prostitutes,
hooker.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, get her in the head. You get your money back. And so I had it on in the car, and he was like bored out of his mind. But it was wild. It was kind of wild, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just
last
too
time
much.
I was optimistic, and I said that to you, Linda.
No.
I texted you.
Yes.
I was like, I have a good feeling. I think it's gonna be fine. No. You were like, who knows what they're gonna try this time?
And they tried it. It was awful. We
predicted it because last night, as I'm sure you're aware, they dumped all those documents on
right in the middle of a show.
Defense team, like at 10:30, and I predicted, as came true here today. I said the judge is going to go, oh well, you got everything. Moving on. That's fine. We're good. And you just can't let that happen. We've been blasting the judge all day. Because of that, the Commonwealth is going to be shitty. We know it. We've seen it. It continues. The judges have to hold them accountable, and they don't. And it's never going to change. And other folks are going to be abused because of it. So these good time Charlie judges like Doolin, who laughs it up at sidebar and finds reasons to yuck it up in the open court, they're not helping the problem. They are the problem.
I know. And I went last time. I was there at the last hearing, and I liked the judge.
I want to like him. I do. I like a guy that can find, some moments. We try to find a little levity in these serious cases. Right. So I like that, but not at the expense of doing the right thing, I
know. And it's like, dude, do you not realize how many people are like waiting on bated breath for just someone to do the right thing? And I thought he was going to be the person.
And at this point, people don't give a shit what these documents hold. They really don't. They've seen so much from so many other places. They're not going to be shocked by anything they see. But they just like to see the right thing. Oh, going to release the documents. That's what we want to see. We're less concerned about what's in them than just the act of releasing them.
Yeah, and then the big thing I had was that we learned today for the first time that, and this is probably a lot more like this, that Kay Peter who is a government agent under, whether she was paid from a snitch fund or whatever, whether she decided to take it upon herself and they decided to accept her, was sending videos of Aidan's show, which is why I think you're going to have undercover cops in your Wilbur interview. So that should be kind of interesting. And she was changing the titles of them. So one would say, why is the Commonwealth hiding Michael Proctor? And she would say something, change the title of it and send it to Tully. And Tully and then Mello would present it in front of the grand jury to say, I don't know why they're trying to ruin Colin's life or something like that.
I mean, they're very aggressive. The version she created was very aggressive.
Destroyed. Right? Why are they trying to destroy Colin's life, quote unquote? And so that was aggressive. So that would lead to intimidation. So to me, that's presenting false evidence before the grand jury. We don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if Massachusetts allows you to have the grand jury transcripts. I don't even know if they have the grand jury transcripts. No idea. But to me, that's false evidence. And then you have, and if Tully knows that, because they were saying, so Tully had to go back and get the gosh darn the whole clips. Well, if he had to go get the whole clips, then he knew that the title was wrong. And if they presented the false title before and a bunch of times, that's wrong. I mean, that's, to me, that is criminal, and that should be indicted. But the judge didn't seem to care about that.
No, he didn't care. He thought it was. He was like giggling, which I'm like, what is causing you to laugh? In my mind, I'm like, I want to know if it's okay that you're laughing or really not okay that you're laughing. And they used the title from Loophole Lawyers coverage of what happened. That's what they thought. Like, it wasn't even the right YouTube stream that they were referencing. Yeah. And the last one, I think it was last week or something like that.
There is, and then Cosgrove goes at the very end. And Michael was in the courtroom, so I asked him to explain it. He goes in the court and and I just want to show you what I mean. And he takes something up, a piece of paper up and this is the only time we ever saw him, up to the judge and said, "You see, this is from last night's show or whatever night's show. You see what I mean, Judge?" And the judge was like, "Oh yeah, I see what you mean." Well, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, is that when Bradle was like, Paul Revere and Thomas Paine would be?
Yeah, they're going to roll over. He uses the Mark Twain rolling over in his grave quite a bit when it gets to these freedom of speech issues.
He goes, "I wouldn't want to upset Mark Twain." Yeah.
Well,
I have to put something in the swear jar. They're making me now in this show put something in the swear jar.
Yeah, that's right, because Jimmy's nephew might be just around the
and he does not know any of those words or violence, or anything like that. So please, Linda, be appropriate. Thank you.
Please. So there is a list that was presented by Bradle, and I know that Aidan crafted this for him, with him, and it was a list of all of the episodes with the original Aidan Kearney title and the modified Peter title, singular Peter. And so the court could see how that change made it from far less aggressive to, maybe there is some intent here to intimidate. And since that's the guts of the case, how do you just let that slide? How do you do that?
I mean, how is it cool that like they have, Aidan and Kate Peter have their prior beef. She messed with him before, like when she worked with him, and then he goes and helps out with the biggest case in the country, and she's the one giving shit to the people. Like, come on, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And she is a sweet girl. She is. She's a nice girl. She's a sweetheart. She's so kind. But so I understand why they would want her on their side.
That's interesting.
What she doesn't understand, I hope you're listening, because I know she was on our stream one day and she was hiding because someone said that she's here. She has no immunity. She has no qualified immunity, even if she's getting paid from what I call the snitch fund, because there's always an undercover fund that and you don't know where it is in the DA's or prosecutor's office that they pay people from. So one of the first things you ever ask in litigation, if you're doing a criminal case, when they say they have an informant, is, excuse me, what fund was this informant paid from, and how much were they paid? I see So if they've paid her, somebody needs to ask whether they've paid her from an informant fund. I don't know whether they've done that or whether she just got a sofa from somebody. So, God knows.
Is that public knowledge? Like, can you get that information or no?
How she wasn't remunerated?
It should be It should be 14. It should be discovery information. 14, whether she was
Rule 14.
Rule 14. Oh, what do we have discovery for? Who cares?
Yeah. As I asked Bradle, I said, "How do you ever know you're really getting what you should get?" under Rule 14? How do you even know? And he acknowledged that's a good question. And we're going to play that a little bit later on after Jimmy has to go back to his family affairs.
Unless
but
you
that's
would say the whole hour, Jimmy.
I
Yeah,
gave
we
him a
do.
half hour. I was like, well, we'll see. It depends.
we appreciate what you can.
I know.
donate
But
to the
I
cause
promised you
here.
guys this. I would do this with you way before. And yesterday, it was his birthday yesterday. And
Oh
I
my
went,
gosh.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
What's his name?
James.
Okay,
Oh,
everybody,
yeah.
everybody, come on, everybody in the thing. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that'll cost you. That's a
Happy
copyright
birthday
issue
to
right there.
you.
That'll
Happy
cost you.
birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you.
And he was like, "What are you?" Well, he's like, "What are you doing tomorrow? What do you want to? You want to have a sleepover?" Which means like hang out all day, and then he gets like tired and sad, misses mom at night, so I go and drop him off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, we can do something like no matter whatever they ask me, all my nieces and nephews, if
Family
they ask me something,
first.
I'm there. Doesn't matter, I'm there.
Sure.
Does not matter.
Yeah.
But I was like, just one thing, because I was gonna go to Dedham today, and I was like, well, sorry guys, James wants
Yeah,
to
that's
Family
kill
not,
first,
that's not the
Family
fun day
first.
that he
Yeah.
was looking for. I'll tell you
James
that.
wants to kill hookers on Grand Theft Auto. I gotta
That's
do
right.
what he says. He's 8. In time to learn something.
Yep.
All right, so there was other things that went on. You listened to the whole thing. What did you hate about the hearing most, Jimmy?
The weird humor that I couldn't place. I didn't like it. I didn't like what is funny? What are you laughing because you understand how ridiculous it is? Are you laughing with us, or are you laughing because you want to get onto your other cases? Are you like, what is funny? Like what is? And I don't like how he kind of dismissed the missing pages or the links too. He just like dismissed it. It seemed very dismissive.
He was a couple of times. We're getting off track here. No, you're not getting off track. This is exactly the track you should be on to get to this information that is being withheld. So I feel, having seen this guy in action a few times now, it's kind of his tell, kind of an insecurity. And I have a feeling that he can tell in this case, he's on the wrong side. I mean, yes, he's neutral, but anytime he helps the Commonwealth, it becomes very clear he's on the wrong side. And I think he's a little sensitive to that. And that can lead to those kind of, laughable, insecure kind of moments. So I don't know.
I felt like last time he almost was trying to like suck up to Mark Betterow. And this time I feel like he was sucking up to Cause One Foot in the Grave, whatever his name is. And
Cause One Foot in the Grove. Yeah. Yeah.
2 in the bird, 1 in the grove.
The Grove.
Yeah, he and Cosgrove, he's just picking a check. That's it, just getting a third check for all these different jobs, and he just lies. And when the court allows that, when he'll say something like, "Well, those links, there was an issue over these links, which were to the Peter posts and shows." They all went nowhere. They were dead links. That was what was provided by the Commonwealth. Here you go, defense, knock yourself out. Dead links. And so the judge is like, well, that's just a tech issue. That's a tech issue.
Right.
You'll figure that out.
Huh?
What?
Right.
No, and then there's the email issue, and this is a big thing. I mean, how can you be so, really, you're too old to practice and too old to be on the bench if you don't understand metadata, okay? Now, I was just in federal court on a number of cases, right? The judges all, even though how old they are, they understand metadata. It's in the first rules when you have to hand over, it's called Rule 20 Discovery, like early on, you have to hand over the emails with the metadata. People understand what metadata is. This judge is like, well, you get the emails, No, it's irrelevant because you don't know what's been changed. If they didn't learn from Karen Reed, I don't get it. I mean, someone suggested Mike Easter should come in and look at this.
Yeah.
And also with the Morrissey emails, and he was like, well, do you have it? And he was like, everybody has it.
Not
And
everybody.
He's like, do you have a copy? And then everyone laughed. He's like, do you have a copy? And he was like, oh, I can send you a link. And then he goes, write it down. Write what down?
Right.
What did that mean?
Well, here's the more interesting note. And again, I asked Bradle, I said, do you really believe that Cosgrove, who has written down the episode of an Aidan Kearney show, the time code for a specific reference he thinks is important, he hasn't heard from whatever source that the FOIA request has been granted and all of Morrissey's pages are out there for the world? You think that's just a conflict. You can't be both savvy technologically on watching things, monitoring things, logging things, and not see one of the biggest stories that's in your universe. It's not believable.
Okay,
It's
so
just
is this super chatter? Is this? I'm putting this up only because I want to know if this is defamatory. Okay, Meatball Morrissey's Getty saying Costco's almost as dead as the links. It's not defamatory. No, it's not defamatory because you know why?
How could that be defamatory?
It's a simile or a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. Truth, and also truth is a defense. Okay.
He's
Yeah,
like
I don't know about the
has.
truth part. If he's really is he on his way to dead, but yeah, that's opinion. It's
Not on his way to
satire,
living.
Yeah.
That's what everyone wants to know. There's people that are doing the super chats because they really want to know. They said, Josh Shiro is with us all the time. I think Doolin is laughing at us looking at the cases that NCDA has discovery issues with right now. Doolin has discovery orders in the King case. He's in the King case?
Yeah, well, the whole Miles King case overlapping with the Brian Walsh
Yeah.
case, and I mean, in the Johnson case, and it's all part of the same massive disease that's
It's
eating this
incestuous.
county up.
Feels very Adelson family, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know we got you into Adelson.
I know you're getting
Oh
into that.
God.
Right? Did I tell you?
Jimmy, here's what I've called it for years now: as the Adelsons turn on one another. That's what
Michael,
I
you got to come over one
That's it.
morning and come over to the classroom and would talk Adelson with us because I'm friggin' addicted.
I
to
know.
this
I'll tell you what.
family.
I will pop on. I'm going to be down there in Tallahassee the week of the
for a week.
25th. So
Right.
What day?
Monday through Thursday of that week. So
Should I book a
we'll
plane
figure
ticket?
something out. Oh, you're going to come down?
Yeah,
I'm
Come on down.
friggin'
Come on
thinking
down.
about it.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
go free
Michael,
Donna. I want to free Donna.
You want to free
I do.
Yeah.
Get Wendy in there. Get my Donna out. She deserves to be in the Ritz Carlton.
Yeah,
she was on.
right.
She was on name. She was on Wheel.
Love her.
Did she win a Wheel of Fortune?
I love her.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, she
Somebody
was.
said
Did she
Lori
win?
Vallow.
I don't know if
Did
she
she
won or not. Did she win?
She.
know?
It doesn't matter because she's losing. You know, poor thing.
Yeah, well, it's not a trade-off. Hey, I'd rather win Wheel of Fortune than be tried for murder. Okay, it's not really an equal
Yeah,
trade.
did I tell you when he said? I said you got to get into this Adelson case. Even
And
if
I'm
you
like,
never
no,
get it.
that's not for me. I'm not
Yeah,
into
yeah.
cases in
It
court.
is a soap opera within
And now
a
I'm
soap
like,
opera.
I'm like, what? Katie said what? What Latin King? What person did this? What?
Mhm.
Jeff LaCase? Unredacted statements? What? I'm going nuts, guys.
It's a great
So
story.
who's Mr. Meat Tube? Because tons of fun 911 wants you to say hello to Mr.
Oh,
Meat
hello,
Tube.
Mr.
Who's-
Me Too.
Oh, is that Mr. Meat Tube?
I guess I do. Yeah.
That was sort of a half
Michael, you know what? I
denial.
don't want to hear it from you. You're Mr. Me
Half
Too, Michael.
denial.
So
Yeah,
you're
that's
gonna-
me.
yeah, so
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna have
Let me
both of you.
let me
I'm
send
gonna
you
have both.
something.
I'm gonna have both of you down there at the same time. I'm gonna be on the air doing this case, and you're gonna both be. That's the week I wanted to take off and like
Yeah,
float
you
into
might
my
you
hot
might
tub.
do that.
I'm gonna
Well,
literally
if you
hand
have
Donna a
Jen-
cake with a nail file in it. I'll be like, Psst, let's go, Donna. Come
Yeah.
on, I got you. Let's go.
Put
You
a
know-
bottle of blonde dye in there as well.
I know,
She'll
poor
appreciate
thing.
that.
She looks. Oh my God, they're not
Oh,
taking
Jimmy,
care of
she
our
needs a
Donna.
makeup lesson.
She knows how to do it, but not well in there.
She's
What does
not-
she have? A Kool-Aid pack and a mayonnaise packet that she gets with her
She
tuna.
needs to befriend somebody in the joint, that has some skills. That's what
I told her
needs.
she needs to call Lori Vallow, who always looks perfect. Apparently, Lori Vallow curls her hair around the jail cell bar. So instead,
Oh, see,
Which you can do it. You can. There
See?
are ways around these things. Like, but I feel like she's depressed. She's not the same Donna.
and she's better off than she was before they moved her from the Leon County normal jail to this annex of some sort because
She was
people were
getting
being mean to
blackmailed.
her.
yeah,
She
they
was
were
getting roughed
blackmailing.
up too. She got roughed up a couple.
She
got
did.
roughed up. She got blackmailed because they know she's got money.
Someone touched
Yeah.
her back, asked if she
Yeah.
liked it.
Oh,
I know.
but that's
I felt
so.
bad.
Are we? So that's the thing. The question everyone wants to know: are they going after Harvey? They're going to go after Wendy? What's the thing? It's 11 years. I mean, come on.
Anyone but Donna.
Really?
I just like
Wow.
her. I don't know why she's entertaining. I like her the way I like Jen McCabe. I like a good Disney villain. I like a good character. You know what I mean? Like it's entertaining to me to watch. Yes, are they evil? Of course. Yes, will they do more harm? Sure.
Oh,
Look at
that's
Michael. He's stunned.
That's good. Michael's stunned. It's enough today.
Michael's
He's
stunned.
frozen. Michael's frozen. I think Starling. You know what
Michael-
happened?
Michael
Star-
stared into Medusa's eyes, aka Donna, and now he's
He's got to get back on. He'll get back on. Starlink went, or we've learned that Starlink goes 20 minutes on your car, and then you have to like plug it back in. It's got some kind of like, thank you, Elon Musk. You're not quite the genius, with the 20 minutes on the car, with regard to it. So Cosgrove or Cosgrave or Cos one foot in the grave. All right. Well, he's dealing with that. And then there's this things about, well, Bradel has to give a list of what he doesn't have.
And then he goes, all of them.
All of them.
There's your list.
There's
This
your
is
list.
going to be an issue.
Deer and headlights. Missy, do we have the deer and headlights thing from last night that we can put up, or is that not in our things? We can put the deer and headlights. And then the judge says, can we hurry this up? I've got other cases to deal with.
But I'm not rushing you.
I'm not rushing you. And then the judge says, well, maybe we should have an evidentiary hearing. And just like AJ, Bradel said, let's do it. Okay, I want the evidentiary hearing. Okay, Peter, I want Mello, I want Tully. And then all of a sudden, silence, right? It was silent. Yeah, give me that evidentiary. Oh, you know what? I would love to cross-examine in one of those evidentiary here. You know me, cross-examination. Oh, I'd have so much fun. Oh, fun. I think this is fun. I can't wait, Someone explained to a federal judge the other day when I wouldn't settle a case, they said, you see, my co-counsel, I've got a fire-breathing dragon down my back, Judge, and that was me. I'm like, oh, I love cross-examining. I love it.
If you could cross one person, one Adelson, who would it be?
The one Adelson. Oh, it's going to have to be Wendy.
Yeah, come on. It's got to be Wendy.
Come on. From her clothes to the fact that she wore the same
her
dress
hair.
twice. Her hair. Remember, I told you she's
talk about makeup.
Makeup and hair and makeup.
Just perfectly blended makeup.
Yeah.
She hates my chat room noticed that she hates a symmetrical neckline. It's always asymmetrical. It's always the V's always over here. She always looks like kind of like she's pretty, but sometimes she looks like who flung it and ran.
Yeah.
Well, she is so poised. It is scary. But
how about her boyfriend? Now we want to have her boyfriend on.
Oh, I didn't see. What
the ex-boyfriend,
Jeff?
He hasn't. He's
testified in the past.
We want to get him so bad after he testifies. He probably won't testify and the trial's over. We think he's like the best witness. He's like, can you imagine he dated her?
He was under her spell. I'm telling you, she had a spell on him.
We watched him this morning in the.
We did. You watched
when he went back a second time, the unredacted part, and it got to a point where I was like, Jeff, I can't with you anymore, because he's like, here's a list of every guy she's ever talked to that I've ever seen her talking to, and she had sex with all of them, and I'm heartbroken and blah blah. And I liked him, what he had to say. He was great, right, little Jeff, but he went in there with a broken heart, and it was
no doubt,
Jeff.
Yeah, we want Jeff.
She was running that relationship, so
he's still in love with her.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
I swear to God, if everything was like all these people were away, and she was like, Jeff, come back to me, he would.
Yeah.
He
admits that he was, I don't know if he used the word smitten, but he said something. He used some word that suggested that when she said jump, he said how high. And, I have been the first to say and repeatedly say, I think that she does have something. I'm not quite 100% sure
Michael's
what it
under
is.
the spell.
She's got something.
Typical man.
Michael, you're not going to Florida. You're not going to Tallahassee.
So I'm trying to orchestrate it around her testimony.
Oh, no.
I get a one-on-one interview. Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Look at that smile.
That's the plan.
Oh, Michael.
Wow, right.
Well, as soon as she is excused from this most recent trial, in theory, because she hasn't been indicted for anything yet, and this should be the last trial, maybe, she might talk. You don't know.
Look at Michael under the spell. I don't need to hire anyone for this, Michael. I'll come and I will kidnap you myself.
You'll run the camera and
I'll drive a Prius to Florida and come get you. No.
All right.
I can't wait. The two of you there. You rooting for Donna, giving her the nail file, and Michael's waiting for Wendy.
I have no room to talk.
Oh my gosh. He admitted it. What is it? Someone just passed it. Someone said he admitted he was a love-struck psycho.
Yeah, there was I know there was a phrase. I can't remember exactly what it was.
I don't remember what it was.
It was clear he was under her spell.
But there's all these people. We watched a trial with our friend Doug Weinstein with this guy who cut up his wife. He'd be
allegedly.
Yeah, well, he's going to get convicted, so it won't be allegedly for long. And he's like on his third wife. We don't understand these people that
I don't understand
allegedly kill their spouses, and then everyone's in love with them.
If I say that they're just these insecure women
that
attract to this guy, then I get bashed because, oh, you're bashing women who might be attracted to this guy. Just like Thomas Randolph. The guy's like a 0, and women were flocking to him. He had 6 wives, killed a few of them along the way. But that's a certain personality that is attracted to that. All right?
I might have a little bit of that personality. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
There are some.
Nico Morrison, Scotty Zane said, Wendy seems nice.
Yeah. See? She's like a nice girl, a nice old-fashioned girl.
Great mom.
Nice family connections.
Yeah.
Very devoted.
Really selfless.
Oh my God! But I told you you'd get into that case. It's not like your regular criminal case. Just like today's, it's not your regular criminal case. I mean, this is like you have to start really with trial 1. You really have to start. You have to go back.
Which trial 1?
Well, the first trial was Sigfredo Garcia, the gunman, right, and Catherine Magbenois, who was the former girlfriend.
Benoit balls, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Who ended up, the baby mama for 2 kids with Sigfredo. Luis Rivera is the guy that rolled on everybody. So the first trial was the 2 of them, Magbenois and Sigfredo Garcia. He was convicted, hung jury against her. She was tried a second time and convicted. Those were the first 2 trials. Charlie was the 3rd. Donna will be the 4th.
So did they just arrest Siggy and Louise? Or did they get trials?
No, well, Luis Rivera, because he turned against.
He took
that's how they got to the first trial.
Love that man.
Yeah.
Luis is great. A great witness.
He's a good witness. He'll be back. He may not live long.
Why?
Well, he's going to be in prison with people he's ratted against, or
he's
friends of friends of friends.
Yeah,
but
the kings that
where do they draw
the
line? Is drawing the line ratting out another Latin king?
There is honor among thieves, Michael. Don't let Wendy get in your mind anymore.
Wendy
You've been talking to Wendy, I can tell.
Wendy told me that was not true.
This is not how I saw this show going, but I should have anticipated this. I should have anticipated. All right, we're getting far afield here.
We're getting off track, as Judge Doolin might say.
What about this retracted extraction shit? What's that all about? Anyone tell me? Come on, give me that fan. Where's that fan? We're already getting high.
Yeah, you guys.
I need one of those. It's roasting out here.
We'll get you. Welcome to Massachusetts, by the way, Mike.
Well, believe me, I've been here between snow, sleet, rain, and heat. I've seen it all.
I think this is time 18 or 19. He's been up there. Just want to let you know he could vote up there. He's been.
I think I've been here more than you, Jimmy.
I also got to.
I mean, in Massachusetts.
No, I've been to the courthouse 3 times. You've been
more than 18 or 19.
Oh yeah, this is
yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
it's
not
crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
and I go by Worcester. I go right by Worcester many times.
Olivia's in the chat. Hi, Olivia. Hi.
Oh, Olivia.
I didn't
What's
get a call.
Unbelievable? Also, the judge today, because if you heard me, you know that I was having a rant. I was having a rant with the judge. He and I were ranting. I was Oh yeah.
We'll have to talk later.
Yeah, Donna. Hi, hon. Yeah, I got your daughter's new boyfriend here. Yeah, he's a real mensch.
Boy.
Next time you drive through Worcester, you got to stop and report from the Turtleboy statue.
Oh, is there a statue there?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'll meet you down there.
Then. Okay, that's are there 2 exits at Worcester? How many exits you got?
9.
Ooh, crazy. Okay, I'll research that location.
Okay, so
Linda, Wendy's
Olivia,
changed him.
Yeah.
Wendy's changed him.
Well, she's changed him. Olivia, the extracted stuff was unbelievable. Talk. You're not. I know you want to come on, Olivia, and to tell us about it for a second.
Olivia, get on.
I would refer to
We'll
Olivia.
send you a link right now. We'll send you a link.
Shut up.
I mean, I'll send Olivia a link right now because she's amazing. She is amazing since she's now on the team. She's absolutely amazing. You know who I want to have on? I want Olivia and Michael Easter on together to talk about this. I mean, as a matter of fact, Olivia.
That's a master class. I'm not.
Call it
I'm
Easter
not
lamb
for that.
Isn't he the best? Yeah,
Easter lamb.
Easter lamb is good. We called him. What did we call him? Easter.
I don't know.
Something we
Easter
gave a little
egg.
Easter egg. Yeah, we called him.
My little homie needs me.
Your homie needs you. Okay. Yeah. Happy birthday, James. Who's Olivia? Olivia Lamb.
They say happy birthday. He said, "Okay."
Wait, he's sounding like a server at the restaurant. Don't tell him.
So I'm putting in the. Look at
I don't even
hated
think we can get a
that
strike for that.
server. He hated that server. Hated.
He just hated that. We just
Yeah.
gave him balloons.
James.
The server.
Oh, the
Come here.
server.
Keep up, Linda. Keep up.
How about the balloons? How about the balloons you just got? You missed the
All
balloons.
right, you guys ready? I'm not going to
Yeah.
put him on camera because people are weird on the internet.
No, you don't
Come
want to
here.
do
They
that.
are.
Come here. Stand right here. Okay. Stay right there. What was the waiter like today at Chili's? What do they sound like? Do it. Is there anything? Do it.
Is there anything else you need?
He looks at me and he's like, "You're like, can I get you anything else?" You know,
Yeah,
like
don't
server
put him on
voice.
camera.
He was
Don't
like,
put him
"What
on
is
camera.
going on?"
We're not putting him on camera. Don't worry. But we did
No,
give you balloons,
oh my
James.
God, no.
James,
James,
we
they
gave
put
you
balloons on.
balloons.
I'll
You
show you
can't.
after.
Yeah,
All right,
he'll show you
I'm
after.
out of here. We're gonna play.
All right.
Redacted.
All
Thanks,
right.
bud.
We'll see you soon.
All right,
Thanks,
bye.
Guy.
All right, take care.
See ya.
Hey, Olivia, you need Mike Easter, okay, to go over this stuff. I mean,
That-
we want to have him
yeah.
on the bump on
Yeah, I don't
Wendy
know if
Adelson.
Smart enough for that brain trust, but that would be
Well, because
some good
Olivia's on
info.
the team now. Olivia's on their team. Is on
Which team is she on again? I forgot.
The one called Aidan Kearney, and
Yeah,
I remember that one.
She's running. She's social media expert. Is that how that works?
No, and technical. She knows all the technical stuff. But the extractions was I don't understand what Michael told you. Did he talk to you about the extractions, or did you ask?
Well, let me. I'm going to object for vagueness. What are you talking about? Specific text and emails that were not complete? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's right. The one of the extractions from friend, the redacted extractions, right?
The redacted extraction.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
Well, that's what they were giving them, a redacted extractions instead of and he said, well, they're ready for pickup. All you have to do is come and get them.
Come get them.
That's from the friends, and they were redacted. There was only one half of the conversation.
Yes,
not
remember
both halves of the conversation. Unbelievable.
And for any attempt the Commonwealth might have to deny that there is another half of any conversation, there have been released through other sources, not the Commonwealth, printouts of those text conversations with both sides of the conversation. So on one hand, you have the defense getting what the Commonwealth gave them, which has just one blurb of that conversation. That's the redacted part. And then the other has already been published through a different source, totally independent, showing that there's a lot more to the conversation. But why did the Commonwealth
extract it in the first place,
and
right?
hide it. What are
and
they
hide
hiding?
It, right. So you want to play your interview that you did,
Oh,
your
should we do that?
exclusive interview with Aidan
Exclusive
Kearney,
for all of us standing across the street at the foot of the stairs.
and with Bradle. Okay.
Yes, and by the way, I'll talk about Bradle after we're done because I did have a conversation with him afterwards. But you'll notice when he and I are Q&Aing, he well, just see what he says. I'll let you. Okay. I'll leave it to you.
Okay.
Roll him. Thank you.
What's happening?
Yeah. How frustrating was that? I'll start with that.
So, in our motion to our argument, we want all those messages unimpounded. We have group text messages between Proctor, Tully, Buchanan, Morrissey, and these are public servants. These are outlandish messages. We can't show them to the public. They're in our motion to dismiss. We have to redact them. We can't even mention them in open court, what Proctor's saying. It's the nexus of where my charges came from. And their response to our request to unimpound them is, I shit you not, ratchet madness. This is what was given to us. Ratchet madness
to the Republic.
In which the printout from this publication shows that one of the matchups, for those of you unfamiliar, it's a thing where Turtle Riders vote on who is the most ratchet of them all. And in the handout he gave us, Robert Cosgrove's in it, and Colin Albert. Robert Cosgrove. So he hands the judge a document and says, this document is mocking me. Therefore, the public doesn't have a right to read Michael Proctor's text messages because I'm embarrassed. And inside, he said to us on the way out, he said, jokingly, I told everybody to vote for me. So he thinks it's a big joke. This is funny for him. And he's actually saying, no, but we're all in danger. The whole public's in danger. The children are in danger if, we release these matters of public concern messages because of ratchet madness. That's the best. It's pathetic. And I think Judge Doolin is getting the message. I think he's done with this too. This is a joke.
It sounds like you're just spinning your wheels in there, asking for the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's I was saying, Aidan, it's the nature of these discovery disputes. It's like watching paint dry. Who wants to listen to this? I can't even stand listening to myself. It's just awful, And they're supposed to just give this stuff up willingly. They're supposed to go out of their way to make sure we have all this stuff, And it's just, I can't believe he was saying that, even after they agreed to give us the extracted redaction, they we changed our mind and, forget it. It's just insane. It's an insane, unserious response. So what we're trying to fight here, guys, is the Turtleboy exception to the First Amendment. You guys can use all these FOIA requests and, you guys can have them and talk about them. But, the guy that's behind, everything for why we're here, he can't touch them. We can't talk about them. We can't use them. It's ridiculous.
Here's what's frustrating to me. If I practiced in this jurisdiction, I'd be in jail because you have the Commonwealth dicking around with the material, but then you have a judge who won't do anything about it.
We'll see. Judge Doolin, we are happy that Judge Doolin is looking at this case. And, the old saw, the wheels of justice move slowly, but it's going to come around. We're going to be okay. It is frustrating. We know he's going to do the right thing. Okay. He's trying to be respectful to Mr. Cosgrove, but I think that, that bank account is dwindling and it's going to go south real soon. And we're going to get all this stuff and we're going to be able to freely use this stuff. And when we do, fasten your seatbelts.
What are you hoping for on that September date? What are some of the next?
We want everything unimpounded. We want all the attachments or an explanation why, because we contend that constitutes lost evidence. And when the Commonwealth loses evidence, the Commonwealth's in trouble.
And we want Mello, Kate Peter, and Brian Tully on the stand. We want to know. I was indicted for witness intimidation based on videos that were presented to the grand jury with names that I did not give those videos. One of the videos they presented, video 616, is going to destroy Colin Albert's life. That's what they named the video. The actual name of the video was something to the effect of exposing corruption in the Commonwealth. If you're sitting on that grand jury and you hear exposing corruption of the Commonwealth, you're thinking, well, geez, this guy must be doing something good. But when you hear the title of the video is going to destroy Colin Albert's life, you might think this guy's a bad guy. They literally lied to the jury. And the question is, who changed the titles of those videos? And there's only one person out there who's sick enough to watch every single thing that I do and lie about it. Because we know Cosgrove mentioned one of my YouTube presentations in there the other night. We know he didn't watch it because it's past his bedtime. Somebody sent him that video with that exact timestamp and gave it to him, and he presented it in court. He's not doing any of this work. It's being sent to him. He doesn't know the first thing about what I'm actually about. He'd probably like me. To be perfectly honest, he'd probably like me, as most people do. But instead, he's just collecting his paycheck and going through the motions and declaring war on the First Amendment while he triple dips off his pensions.
So let's hear the evidentiary hearing. You got close to getting that, so then there was a sidebar, and then Cosgrove didn't want you up there. So what happened?
It was the judge's idea. He said, let's have an evidentiary hearing and bring them all in. I said, let's do it. Let's go. Bring it on.
And?
Well, you heard him. He doesn't want to do it.
We're gonna get the written response pretty soon, and let's see what we got. But it is slow, but I think we're gonna get somewhere with all the stuff. We're gonna have the unimpounded stuff. We're gonna have the attachments. We're gonna have the text messages. People going on national television can't scream, can't cry and hide behind the Commonwealth protective orders. It's coming out. It's coming.
How will you know? How can you be sure you're getting everything after all of this?
Well, that's a great question, Michelle. It's a leap of faith. There's always in the end, there's always a leap of faith. So you have to kind of try to go behind what they give you and look at it and say, you heard me up there saying that, like, the context doesn't make sense. They gave us one text message on this huge incendiary topic and no responses, no prior, no after, no nothing. So that's a smoking gun to us that there's more, that they were hoping. I think they were hoping we would be satisfied with this one thing and go away, and when we know the juicy stuff is still to be given, and we're not going to stop till we get it.
And like you said, sometimes they inadvertently show us that they haven't given us stuff. They gave us what they claimed was her complete redacted or complete cell phone records, except she sends a whole bunch of messages to Kate Peter that are not returned from Kate Peter. They're just her. And then Kate Peter goes ahead and shares screenshots on her YouTube presentations showing the other side of those messages, which are gone.
You didn't get.
And conveniently, those messages start disappearing the moment Brian Tully becomes the topic of conversation. So the gatekeeper, the guy who gave us this stuff, the messages about him are all gone. Just about Brian Tully. What a coincidence that is. But we're just supposed to trust Brian Tully, who completely disgraced himself with the Karen Reed investigation, who decided that I should be in jail after I started calling him out for his corruption, came to my house and read me my rights in my driveway. That's who we're supposed to trust. No, thank you.
Do you think Kate Peter's ego would allow her to delete permanently these YouTube videos, these links that are not accessible anymore? Do you think she still has them somewhere?
That's not my, I have a law degree, not a tech degree. So that's why I count on people like Courtney and, computer people that, figure this stuff out for us. I don't know. I mean, the links Aidan pointed out in the middle of the hearing, it literally says this link was deleted. So,
yeah,
but that's on the Commonwealth. It's lost evidence. They had it and they let it go bye-bye because Kate Peter is part of the Commonwealth as far as we're concerned here. And they had it and they let it disappear. Yeah. And that's a big problem for them. And that's our next battlefront is lost evidence. We're going to be addressing that.
Could you be seeking sanctions or another motion to dismiss based on that?
So it's hard to seek sanctions, or it's hard to, the sanction would be that they can't use the evidence, but we want the evidence. It's going to be exculpatory. We know that. So, we have to go right to dismissal, which of course is a drastic remedy, but how much longer are we going to deal with this stuff? They have to give us the stuff that shows this conspiracy, that shows how they're trying to trample on the First Amendment, that shows they're falsifying evidence for the grand jury. And this stuff has to come out, and it will come out, and we're not going to rest until it is out, and we're going to use it to move to dismiss this case.
Were you surprised that the big dump from yesterday, it's kind of poo-pooed by the court? They're like, oh, you got it now. You're good.
You can take that one.
You said big dump and poo-pooed, so I a little bit...
Clever I did that word.
Yeah, we don't know that it's poo-pooed. He's taking it all under advisement, so we'll find out in a... when he rules on this, whether or not he's actually poo-pooing it. If he allows our motion, then, hopefully he's taking it more seriously. I hope he's starting to get the picture here about what's going on. This is not an honest prosecution. It's not a serious prosecution. I was arrested, almost 2 years ago? What progress has been made on this case? What did we do? We come here every once or 2 months and we go through this motion where we talk about all the stuff they haven't given us. And then we go home, we eat our cheese sandwich and we go to bed. Right. But with nothing ever gets done ever. And I think that's how they want it. I think they just want me out on bail. So I'm on thin ice. So I have to be careful about what I say and who I talk to, etc. It's a joke. It needs to end. And hopefully it ends at least by this time next November when Michael Morrissey's voted out of office. These charges are finally dropped. This is a joke.
Do you believe that the court and Cosgrove really didn't know that the FOIA request was complied with and there's an overlap with the impounded material? They act, oh, I don't know. I've never heard of that.
No, I don't know. I don't know what he reads every day. I don't know. It's kind of hard to miss it if you're on social media or watching
everybody's got it but us and Cosgrove.
Yeah. So we're doing,
Can you guys tell us what's in there? Anything?
Yeah.
Anything? Raise your hands.
If Kate was an agent, does that mean all her communications are now discoverable?
Find out.
They do have a work product privilege where they can talk strategy about things, but anything that's exculpatory has to be given over. Anything that shows an investigator bias or compromises the integrity of the investigation has to be turned over. So,
yeah. So, all right. Thank you guys for coming.
Good luck, boys.
Thanks, guys.
That was bullshit. The judge asked for case law.
Can we just get a quick?
Yeah, of course.
All right, then. So, Bradel, who you may have heard called me Michelle, he's. Oh wait, I'm kind of hearing you. Are you muted or am I muted? Somebody's muted. Hold on a second here. Linda.
I think I'm muted.
There you are.
See, but that's what I have to do. Hey Siri, can you call Michel Bryant? Well, she didn't say it this time, but that's who I have to say.
There it is. I just got a call. So, and I'm fine with that en français. The thing is, I have emailed him so many times, and I asked him after the interview. I said, dude, when are you going to come on? Because I've been bugging you. And I said, Look, be honest. You will not be the first person in my years in this business to turn down an interview. You won't be the first. So just be honest. I'll stop bothering you. No, I want to come on. There's a certain limitation to what I can talk about because it's an active. I get that. We're not going to press you, put you in a corner where you can't. Well, not purposely anyway. And so, yeah. And so that the Michel, he's seen my name spelled Michel so many times in those nagging emails that I think he just defaulted to Michel. I thought it was kind of funny.
So let me put this back up. Meatball Morrissey, Sketty Skane, thank you very much for the donation. Ratchet Madness has been a time-honored tradition since 2017. How dare the escaped nursing home patient try to take our right to vote on what we perceive as the most ratchet in Massachusetts. You know a little bit about Ratchet Madness too. You explained to me. I said, "What's Ratchet Madness?"
Yeah, and I think it's catching on. I know it's something that Aidan has done each year, but this year it's certainly it's come alive, and that's a lot of work. I was watching him lay that out. It's a ton of work.
Yeah, well,
and
he looks pretty energized today.
He does it. Well, yeah, he was definitely jacked up today. He, as Jimmy said, he's not shy. When there's a camera or two rolling and a crowd gathered. But he put this together where there are 64 players. I don't know if I could pick 64 players in this mess. Probably I could come up with 20, but 64, and then they pit one against the other. Guess who the overall number one seed is? Just guess.
Jen McCabe.
Yes.
How did I guess that?
So you get the drift. That's kind of how it works.
Now that's it. But I know Bradle has to be cautious because he wants a judge trial and he wants Doolin to dismiss these charges. So he's talking about, we think the judge gets it. We think the judge gets it. I went after the judge today because to me, he wasn't getting it. I was kind of pissed at him. So I don't know if that's that he really thinks he gets it or he's being diplomatic because he knows.
He's got to, you don't shit where you eat. And he's got to be, he's got to be politically correct. There are decisions just from today that are still pending.
Right.
I'm taking it under advisement because I don't have the stones to make a decision. So, I get that. I understand that. And I'm sure it's very frustrating, but it's part of the game. It's got to be fixed. It's got to be fixed here because we see judge after judge that seems to fall in line with whatever the Commonwealth wants, they get.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, and you have read some of the emails. Is there any one or two before we go off the air? Because I know you have a long 3.5 hour drive to make after this that you could read or no?
It's not whether I have them or not. It's whether in this remote location I can dig one up.
But I was not. I mean, I was really against it. If you go back and listen to today, I was ranting and raving and. You have lost evidence. What do you mean you have lost evidence, Commonwealth? If you don't turn that evidence over, I would say if you don't turn that evidence over in 1 week, this case gets dismissed. I mean, I put these things here because I guess in my practice, I usually deal with federal courts and all. And that's what happens. You don't hear, we got a thing Saturday from a federal judge, have something here with XYZ and Monday. We all worked all weekend. We weren't expecting an email from a federal judge. You do it. All right. So that's what I'm expecting. You don't have this. You lost emails. You presented false evidence. Goodbye. So long. Case is gone. And you better hire lawyers. I mean, that's how I felt.
Yeah. And I was hoping, remember, there are some federal components to these cases, but after what I saw yesterday, and it'll happen again tomorrow at 2:00, right down the street. In fact, no, wait, it's in this courtroom right behind me. I'll just get a sleeping bag and camp out on the porch here. They're going to get back into those discovery issues in which the federal government has said destroy all of the information that was provided in the Karen Reed case, and that's where all the Proctor disgusting emails came from. Right. Because that case is over, and you got all these folks, Walsh and these other defendants, saying, "Whoa, you can't throw that stuff away. There may be exculpatory stuff in there." Right. We've seen just the tip of the iceberg as it applied to Karen Reed. What else is in there? So there's this battle, and the deadline is next Monday. And now the Commonwealth has filed what's called an intervener motion. They want to move in and take over the scheduling from the federal court. And they're asking that these materials be withheld from destruction until all of these matters are resolved.
And then you got some other issues. You got the issues with the Birchmore cases involved with there too. By the way, I just had to interject this. I showed this when we were talking about Wendy. Olivia pointed out that Turtleboy thinks she's hot. Okay, so we have Jimmy. Jimmy who wants to give Donna a nail file to get out of jail, and
see, now we got two Wendy fans and then a Donna.
Yeah,
Okay,
Olivia, we'll have you on as soon as you want to come on. You just let Missy know, because I really do think I'd love to have Mike Easter and you look at these emails. So this is one of the emails here before we go. You want to talk about real quick?
Yeah, this one is just, everybody's heard about this, the $1 million email, and this was, we called it emails because that was part of the dump, but clearly it included normal letters as well. So let me see if I can blow this up.
While you're blowing that up, my lipstick is actually an old lipstick. It's made by Lorac, Lorac, which is Carol backwards, and it was for a movie that was done, and it's called Long Kiss, and then on top of it is a MAC like not a gloss, like little sparkles, and I use that brush that I was showing you on Jimmy, and I put the little sparkles on because that seals it. So, and then I put a MAC lip gloss called, this one is Angel, the one I make, because they don't make it anymore, so I've got to get the Angel lipstick and the aloe vera and put it in a tube, and that's over it. So somebody wanted to know what the fashion of the night, that we do every night while you're frozen. But Michel Bryant is frozen. We have frozen him talking about fashion. Okay, so we've frozen him talking about fashion. Hi, Attorney Melanie Little. We heard your interview. It was just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But we do think that we would like Mike Easter and Olivia to take a look at all this stuff and this metadata when it comes. Yes, absolutely, right? That's what we're looking at. But somehow Skylink does this to us. Starlink does this to us all the time. All right. So he's got to get off. He's got to reboot back in. He's got to go off and he's got to reboot back in. And then as he enlarges this, unless Missy, you can take this over from him and enlarge it. And here's what's going to happen. He's going to reboot back in, because as the satellite, this happened to me up in the country, as the satellite just kind of like misses the Starlink, it just like freezes. So while Starlink is great and much better than being on the Wi-Fi, trying to pick it up from one of the locations out there, this is what happens for it. Somebody asked the picture that behind me. This is the poster from the Phil Spector movie. That's my friend Helen. It's my doppelganger right there. So yeah, that's what that is right there. So let's give him a second to get back on. I love you all too. I thank you very much. You were all with me today as I was ranting and raving. And as I said, should I make an application for Pro Hoc Vice back in Massachusetts again? Someone's going to look at that. Well, that was in my capacity as a journalist, but if Tim Bradle says the judge is good, I'm going to go with that for now, and I will retract everything I said about the judge, so that maybe that my lawyer application for my next Pro Hoc Vice in Massachusetts will be granted. But we'll give Michel Bryant just a chance to go in. Last time, what happened is also, from one of the people that don't know about Starlink, when you plug it into your car, it only will give you 20 minutes, and then automatically Starlink will shut off. Okay. And then you have to go back in and you've got to do the whole thing. You've got to go out, you've got to reboot it and plug it back into your car. So while Starlink is great in remote areas, there are limitations to it. Now, let me text Michel Bryant and say, where are you? It says severe thunderstorm in this area. Could that possibly be? So, and you want to talk about Michel. If I call him and I say, hey, Siri, I have to say, call Michel Bryant. And then it will call Michel Bryant. But if I say Michael, it won't call Michel Bryant, who's not even picking up his phone. Do you think that he got killed? You think something happened? Do you think he got ratcheted? Wow. We are up. Here he comes. Here he comes right now. I'm calling you.
Anyway,
that's me calling you. I'm Melanie Little's in our chat. I said hello. I thought she did a great. Aidan's calling with her was great as you're driving. You were picking up that thing. Maybe you should just talk about one of those emails instead of bringing it back up, because obviously Starlink can't handle all the heat.
I think that happened when you drifted off into makeup land.
Makeup.
I think that's what happened. So yeah, let's just look at it. This is the email that was written by Morrissey to, let me make sure we get the right
letter, right?
To Speaker Mariano. And all you have to do is read the first couple of sentences. I am writing to ask for your help and assistance, money, particularly financial assistance. As I navigate some of the more challenging cases of my career. Oh, could that be Karen Reed? If you talk about the perfect storm, I have that going on in Norfolk County. A simple domestic motor vehicle homicide. It's simple. It's simple.
Very simple. Very simple.
Yeah,
Very simple.
it has blown up to national sensation. The time, the effort, and the resources the office has had to commit, got to get special prosecutors too, right? To prosecute the first case and now for a second trial are substantial. So bottom line, I want $1 million. It's like a ransom letter. We need $1 million so we can continue this ridiculous prosecution against Karen Reed. So that was an eye-opening little tidbit that came from the dump that was the result of the FOIA request. So folks who have hesitated to do FOIA requests because they're quite often ignored, don't give up. Don't give up.
By the way, Melanie, I agree with you. They discontinue every single color that I like too, and it makes me crazy too. See,
We're
Michael
back to the
Bryan,
makeup already.
Back to the makeup.
Now we're back to
yes,
the makeup.
We are.
I'm sorry, my Starlink's
just,
going out.
Justice 5. I was explaining Starlink. 5 Justice TV memberships. Melanie, you have to come on. Yes, we do this every day. We get interspersed with fashion only because of me. And somehow Michael Bryant doesn't understand it because usually he's sitting at a desk with a baseball cap on and he doesn't get it that maybe some of our other viewers want to know what's happening. That's why people make money and like to buy and stuff like that. We don't do that. We just like to have fun on when we're trying to.
That's what
crime
women shop and men buy.
But except crime is very, very difficult.
Look at this.
Right?
It's orange mango chapstick.
Oh God!
Look,
go away.
Tom
CPU. Tom CPU. Hi, Tom. Nice to see you.
Yes, Tom said hi when I saw him today. Yes.
Yeah. Anyhow, I was ranting and raving. Let me just say, I was ranting and raving today because I just think it's wrong. I think that the judge is going to let this go on to September 4th. All right. I don't care. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes. But if I'm the judge, if I'm the federal judge, if this is before the federal court, this case would be dismissed right now. You lost evidence. You presented false evidence. Quite frankly, I think that somehow there's a way to get a civil suit, a 1983 suit for Aidan, because remember, some of the people that are doing this do not have qualified immunity. I don't care whether you want to say you are an agent, unless you have been paid as a snitch. And even then, if you've been paid by a snitch, you probably actually have no immunity at that point. All right. So keep it coming, people.
And
because
I think
what Aidan's going to have is a great lawsuit when this finishes.
And I don't think it's a quantum leap to be able to prove what the original titles were, what the manufactured titles were, and the impact that had on the grand jury. I don't think that's a difficult case to prove. So
nope, I don't think so too. And then there's also a little statute called RICO. All right. Which people don't pay much attention to. All right.
It's been used for everything.
So. Well, I'm using it right now in a major case that I have. Civil RICO, I don't like the criminal RICO statutes because they're being misused by prosecutors all over the place because it was supposed to be against the mob. Civil RICOs are a lot different, all right? And that becomes an issue when people step out of their lane and all. And so if you want to donate, by the way, because we were on this today with Ranting Aidan's Defense Fund there, we're putting it up. We've been promoting the Wilbur and interview, and as you said, as soon as we can, some of our supporters who have been with us, with Michael, with his 19 trips up there to the Sacco. It was the Sacco and Vanzetti courtroom. Now it's the big courtroom. We want to try to give them some tickets to Aidan's interview because, even $95 is a lot of money to a lot of people.
I was actually kind of surprised at the price tag, but, whatever the market will bear,
Not only what the market will bear, funding your lawyers is expensive. And funding the best lawyers is very expensive. So that's what everyone has to understand. And funding experts can be outrageously expensive. I mean, I just wrote a check today for $15,300 for a preliminary report. Okay, on something that you wouldn't even expect. And it's not, not even like my husband, who has, 50 years of all. So
did you hire Shannon Burgess? Did you bring in Burgess?
Shannon and what is his ex name? Shannon and Burgers and Bites. No, yeah. I did not.
Too bad.
The first thing you got to do, you got to go to Lexis and you got to do the investigative reports from Lexis on it. There's all sorts of things. Prosecutors keep reports on people that experts that testify against them. In Florida, they have a whole thing going on that if you ever testified against them, they have a whole list of that, of people that have testified against him. I was in, and I'll just tell you the story before we go, because I feel like Bob Bianchi has to tell one more story. So my last jury duty was like during COVID. And all, and we had to come, we were sitting 6 feet apart, and they sent us out, and we had to come back. And I was like, being from my Catholic school and also being always first in line going to federal court, I want to make sure I'm there like 2.5 hours early, because I don't want to get the wrath of a federal judge, right? And I was right at the front door when they opened it for somebody to go in, one of the court officers, whatever. And it was before we had to come in, and I heard the prosecutor arguing about whether I should be dismissed. Now, I hadn't even been called or anything. I'm just sitting on benches.
But they saw the list. They saw your name on the list.
And they saw my name on the list, whether I should be dismissed because my husband, and this is New York City, had testified against them in a case, which of course the defense had won. All right. So whether I should be dismissed. Well, I obviously didn't get dismissed. They didn't let me in. But then afterwards, somebody's wife had COVID, and we all got dismissed. But that's how petty prosecutors can be. All right. And I was a prosecutor, and I was never petty. And that's why I hate prosecutors right now, because I don't think most of them have the mettle. I don't think they have the morals that you and I have had when we started trying cases. I dismissed cases that were not good. I don't see that anymore.
Nope. It seems like a string of them, but I'm sure there's so many more that we are not aware of, and it's an epidemic. It's got to stop. So, hey, here's a jury duty follow-up. Remember, I had jury duty on the 25th, which really was going to be a problem with the Adelson trial, right? So I had to ask for a second deferment, and I told them, I'm an attorney. There's a matter that I'm involved with that has been rescheduled, and it's inconsistent now with my deferral date. Now, that may sound like I'm involved in the case as something other than a journalist, but it was all 100% true. And I got a second deferral so I could go down to Tallahassee.
And see Adelson and see Wendy. And Jimmy's right. You may be smitten with Wendy.
I may just be interviewing her. How you doing? Yeah. Once she's done with that testimony, there are no more trials pending as far as we know. We don't know.
All right, so follow Aidan, follow Adelson. We'll get the verdict in Doug's case. Poor Doug.
Yeah, so tomorrow, that they're going to be instructed in the morning, and then they'll go right into the deliberations. And then if they want to have lunch, maybe they'll be into the afternoon. But we expect the verdict tomorrow, and we will be covering
the craziest case you've ever wanted to see. So we have sometimes we're having fun, other times we're finding some fun, other times this is more than serious. And Aidan's case is more than serious because it involves the First Amendment. It involves you. It involves I. It involves everybody in the stream, because all of us are real reporters and journalists under the First Amendment.
And we could be the victims.
Under the First Amendment. That's something you should realize. We are all, and that's why we have the right to free speech, because every single one of us in the United States of America is a journalist under the First Amendment.
All right, then. Okay, so tomorrow it's kind of a loose day, but we'll definitely be around at 6 and cover whatever is happening.
Yeah, we're going to cover the
Casillas case.
Right.
And so who knows? We may have an impromptu pop on when the verdict comes. But
yeah, we're trying to get somebody who's tried a discombobulation, dismemberation, cut up the skeleton case but he may have a conflict. Maybe Doug will be finished, but if not, we have a lot to go over with regard to that. And then Friday we'll be doing Wendy too. Now that I know that you're smitten with Wendy too.
I'm just an objective observer. I can't really talk.
Apparently, Jimmy may have it right. Yeah. All right, so we'll be doing that. So that's what we'll be doing for the week. But in the meantime, you have to, if you're going to want to watch us, you have to hit that. Remember, we're still not even a year old yet. We're still little babies but we're out of the womb by now. Now we're out of the womb. And Michael's got to drive back. He's got a 3.5 hour drive back. We want you to be safe, because we know you've broken down 2 cars on the way back.
Yeah, that's all right.
But before you go, please hit that subscribe. Just give it a chance to do that like, that share, and that notify, subscribe, like, share, notify. And when we're on tomorrow night at 6, you'll get the notification. But if not, we will get into the algorithm and make us grow. Thank you very much for everyone joining us. Olivia Nile, thank you. Melanie Little, thank you. Tom, thank you. Everybody here, thank you for joining us. Jimmy. Yeah,
all right. Sometime tomorrow. Until then, I'm Michel Bryant. Try to do the right thing.
I'm Linda Kenny Bodden. See you then. We'll
take charge with my